Charles, airport authorities tighten security measures and required additional documents from passengers before they can fly out of Manila. Airlines are now requiring all passengers to present travel passes from the PNP as well as a medical certificate from their LGU before boarding the plane. Passengers also undergo thermal scanning and disinfection before entering the terminal. Physical distancing and wearing of face masks are also being strictly enforced. In Terminal 1, most of the passengers flying to XIAMEN and TAIPEI wore PPEs and goggles for protection. Some airlines are also urging passengers to check in online or use the kiosks inside the gateway for contactless transaction. Charles, aside from submitting travel passes and medical certificates, passengers are also required to fill out health declaration and locator forms. These documents will be collected upon their arrival at the destination. Charles?
Right. How is social distancing enforced at the airport? Are there actually marshals? Have they installed visual cues? What items have you seen so far?
Yes, Charles, there are now marshals roaming around, constantly reminding the passengers not to flock together. There are also yellow markers placed at the queuing area and tarpaulin on the seats on the boarding area as barriers to maintain physical distancing. Charles?
All right. Do we know how many flights actually took off and landed at the NAIA today, just to give us a better idea of the operations over there?
Based on the list that was posted by Manila International Airport Authority, there are around 40 flights that are scheduled to land and depart today, but some flight schedule may change. Like this morning, domestic flights going to Cebu, Jensen, and Cagayan de Oro were canceled. The LGU from the said provinces are still not issuing permits that they can now accept those who are coming from Manila. So the flight schedule may change, so the passengers still have to call the airlines to confirm if there are flights, there are still flights available or flights are canceled. Charles?
Right, Camille, I understand that some international flights have also resumed. Are these flights open to the general public or exclusive just to a few? And also, are they allowing chance passengers into the terminals?
Charles, the international flights at NAIA will remain limited to the 400-passenger daily cap for inbound flights imposed by the IATF. So foreign nationals can board the flights, but Filipinos are not allowed to depart the country unless they are OFWs or permanent residents in their country of destination. So leisure travel is not allowed. As for the chance passengers, airport authorities advise those who would like to be a chance passenger that there will be no guarantee for flights and they might be waiting for nothing. So again, they are constantly reminding the passengers to call ahead of time and make sure they have confirmed flights. Charles?
All right, thanks for clarifying that, Camille. One last question before we let you go. We've been following the situation of some prospective OFWs who have been camping out over there at the airport. Have they been able to fly back home to their provinces?
Yes, Charles, around 300 hopeful OFWs are now scheduled to fly home to Davao. OWA shouldered their flights and provided them with food during their stay here. But again, Manila International Airport is appealing to those locally stranded individuals returning to their respective provinces not to proceed here or in NAIA unless they have confirmed flights. Charles?
All right, thank you. Camille Samonte reporting live from the NAIA. The Health Department approves the molecular laboratory of Imus Cavite, which means the city can now run PCR tests for COVID-19 among its residents. Laila Pangilinan tells us more.
Imus City now has its own molecular laboratory for COVID-19 testing, the first in the entire province of Cavite.
Hindi kami nagdalawang isip, nagpasa agad tayo ng supplemental budget para matulungan agad itong ating gagawing molecular.
Mayor Emmanuel Maliksi shared what pushed them to build the project.
Yung adikain natin na matulungan ang ating mga kababayan at makatulong din sa ating national government na nagpunto sa amin ni Vice Mayor, ni Congressman, para maitayo talaga itong laboratory na ito. Gusto ko muna...
The city has recorded 57 confirmed COVID-19 cases so far. 29 of these have recovered, while 5 have died. The LGU sees the newly opened facility as a huge ally in the fight against the coronavirus crisis.
So ito yung pinaka-importante dito, no? Para makita natin yung kalaban natin, ma-detect natin kung nasaan siya talaga. Kailangan magkaroon ng series of tests. Yes.
Even though the LGU spent millions, Maliksi says Imuseños deserve it.
Ang amin nakikita, hindi yung economic side pero yung pagtulong talaga sa mga kababayan natin.
The health department on Thursday approved the laboratory, allowing it to run the city's polymerase chain reaction or PCR test facility located inside the hospital compound of Imus. In addition, the DOH donated one PCR machine.
Meron ka naka-standby actually isang machine natin, PCR machine para dito. Kasi nga, ang sabi nga namin, kung isa lang, kukulangin pa rin. Kahit sabihin natin 70 to 90 ang pwedeng examinin, kailangan natin hundreds per day.
The LGU has deployed trained personnel to man the laboratory. Officials also made sure that PhilHealth will cover testing costs for patients. For non-members, they say the cost will be minimal. The local government of Imus is also looking forward to expand their services to neighboring cities and municipalities.
Siyempre, priority muna yung taga-Imus, but papunta tayo doon. Once ma-perfect natin yung Imus, siguro, sabi nga ni Mayor, dadire-diretso to sa labas ng Imus hanggang buong Cavite.
Local officials are also planning to build their blood bank in anticipation of a rise in dengue cases in the coming months. For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, we are One News.
Here are some other headlines we are keeping our eyes on this Friday. An Emirates flight carrying 180 OFWs from Dubai arrived at the Clark International Airport today. The passengers are mostly displaced workers who have requested assistance from the Philippine consulate in the oil-rich nation. Their arrival marks the opening of the airport for international charter flights carrying Filipino migrant workers. Full or empty buses under the MRT3's bus augmentation program will be deployed with fixed 5-minute intervals. The first bus departs at 5:30 a.m. from the MRT's Taft and North EDSA stations, while the last bus departs at 8 p.m. from the same points. And casinos in Las Vegas and throughout the state of Nevada have reopened for the first time since March. Dozens of people showed up at the Las Vegas Strip on Thursday, and revelers quickly filled the gaming hubs shortly after they opened their doors. For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.